Okay, so let me get this started. Bayonetta. I actually feel like Bayonetta Falco is probably close to even or like slight Falco. Um, it's actually really hard to up tilt back air because of bats within.
That doesn't sucks in this game though.
It's hard to hit. It's hard to do.
Really?
I'll put a slight advantage. Yeah, you can't do it that consistently. Like the window. Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's all good. But the window on Bayo's kind of small. Same with your combos. Actually, do I want to put it at that? And then she's pretty good at edge guarding them.
I put it even probably.
Yeah, I think I'll put it even.
Boozer.
Bowser, I'd say
Advantage.
is probably even. Believe it or not, even though
Does up tilt work on Bowser?
it does. Like
Yeah.
you can combo the hell out of him, but the problem is neutral. Like neutral versus Bowser, in my opinion, is pretty difficult. And once you get in, you destroy him. But then if he gets like a few hits, you kind of just die, and you can't jab him
Yeah, yeah.
because of
Heavy
tough guy. Yeah,
Heavy guy.
yeah. Bowser's insanely good, and then he can like just occasionally just land like jump into you with fire breath, and that's like
That shit's bullshit.
that's like 40%. That's pretty
It's
ridiculous.
a free 40.
Yeah.
That's what Bear's trying to do with me.
Bowser Jr., if I'm being honest, I don't really have that much matchup experience against him. But I would assume that Falco wins. I'll just put it at slight. Just because. Falcon, I think Falco wins slightly. I don't know about the with the recent patch, but if I'm talking about previously, like before Falcon got better, I'd say Falco slightly won. And that's because it's really easy to shield poke Falcon with fair, and like it's really hard. It's really hard for him to get away. I feel like in a lot of situations, he doesn't really have anything to help him once he gets hit, and then off stage, kind of the same thing as fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Falcon can combo Falco pretty well, and then
He can edge guard him really well too.
I mean Falco can do that to Falcon.
That's what I'm saying. Falco. can
Oh
edge
yeah,
guard
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? There's something else. Oh, so when you do fair, because Falco low profiles, it's actually really hard for Falcon to grab it. So you can kind of you can abuse fair like pretty well. I'm not gonna do. I'm just gonna look for the Pokemon trainers to do them all together. Crom, I think is even because kind of similar to Falcon, where it's like pretty easy to poke him with fair. I mean, honestly, it's pretty easy to poke most characters with fair. But on top of that, edge guarding him is easier compared to most characters because as soon as you think he's gonna recover high, you just jump and fair him and he dies.
You make one read off stage, pretty much. It's like
Yeah.
it's really like a melee edge guard chart. You make one read, he air dodges, you hit him, he has to air dodge again, you hit him again, you kill him.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Dark Wizzy, you're here for one thing, all right. I think Mario's probably even. Mario Falco's probably even. They kind of just do the same thing to each other, honestly. Like, that's about it. Like maybe I could see Mario maybe having the advantage slightly, but I think it's closer to even, if anything. Diddy Kong. I don't really have much experience in this matchup, but I would say Falco probably wins slightly. Off stage, Falco has a really good job of he can just fair him and he dies. That's about it. And then
Lasers too can just snipe barrels if he's not smart about it.
yeah, yeah. It's like really easy to snipe barrels. Even with the changes, like it should be pretty easy to edgeguard Diddy.
Sorry.
Cloud, I'd say is slightly Falco. Yeah, you're gonna find a pattern like for a lot of Falco's matchups, he wins because he can edge guard these characters pretty well. And again, Cloud edge guard him pretty well. Just jump off Ferrum, not much you could do. Corrin, same thing. Combo Corrin off stage. It kind of sucks too because they nerfed Corrin's recovery, so it's just easier to edge guard.
Yeah, even with the buffs too, like I hear it's still the same.
Yeah,
like, mostly.
And then Falco, in my opinion, is really good at fighting sword use overall. So it's not that bad. Peach and Daisy, I think Falco goes even with. So in this matchup, Peach and Daisy are floaty to the point where Falco has like a pseudo chain grab on them. He does down throw, then fair drag down, down throw, fair drag down, down throw, fair drag down.
That's actually kind of hype.
I don't know how consistent it is and like how it works with Smash DI, but it does work fairly well. Like even if you don't get the grab off of it, you can get like an up tilt or some other stuff as well. Yeah, they're like one of the few characters where they're floaty to the point where down throw just combos off of them. So you can just do down throw into whatever. So getting grabs matter a lot, and then fair you can just abuse on them because they're not really quick enough to punish it with that. Like they don't have like a strong out of shield option to punish it, and they can't really shield grab either. Or if they can, it's very difficult because again he like low profiles.
And so the reason why it's even is because you have to, if you want to like do this chain grab thing, you have to grab them and trying to grab Mario characters like it's scary because like that's what they want to do too.
Well, yeah. Well, it's not just that. It's So one of Falco's, in my opinion, like one of the things he kind of struggles in the most is fighting neutral versus certain characters. Oh, sorry, I'm sick. But fighting neutral versus certain characters and versus Peach and Daisy, the neutral actually isn't that bad. That's not one of the things he struggles in the most. The thing that he was struggling the most, in my opinion, would be killing them if he doesn't get the confirms. But even going off stage and edge guarding them is pretty doable. But like obviously Peach / Daisy is amazing, so you kind of just can just mess them up with their strong combo game, and their edge guarding solid as well. Samus and Dark Samus. I'm just gonna get both of them. I feel like Falco slightly wins. I played against YB and
Bizzle.
He's incredibly good. I do feel like when I played against him, if I played slower, it would have been much easier for me to deal with because Falco can combo Samus really well. And similar to Peach and Daisy, they're one of the few characters where Falcon can just down throw and then combo the hell out of them with down throw. So there's that. Donkey Kong, I think, is one of the few characters where Falco solidly wins against him. Once DK gets hit, it's very difficult for him to do anything. He's really big, so poking him's not going to be an issue. Once he's off stage, you kind of just you just edge guard him with fair dare. It's kind of annoying for DK. Not saying it's unwinnable, but it's just really hard for him to do anything, in my opinion. The pits, I would say Falco slightly wins. Combo wise, does a pretty good job at comboing them. Because of their low airspeed, it's really easy for him to chase him once he gets him in the air. And I would say even though they have their arrows primarily pit, I don't think it's that easy for them to edge guard him. Where else Pit? I was just gonna put him in the same spot. I cannot find him.
Oh, he's right there, but under Pac-Man to the right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Let's talk about some disadvantaged matchups. So, Pichu, I think, is probably... Well, these two characters. Pichu and Inkling, I think, are Falco's worst matchups by far. Pichu, really hard to hit him. You can kind of combo him, but the issue that Falco runs into is just neutral being annoying, and then off stage is pretty difficult. And as Inkling is kind of the same thing. This is really, really hard to fight Inkling in neutral and just get anything started. Like, once you get the hit, you can take it pretty far. But actually, you know what? I think I'd move Inkling to slight advantage because I don't think it's that bad. Not as bad as Pichu. But I think it's pretty bad.
What about Pikachu?
Pikachu, I think, is slightly disadvantage. It could potentially be even, but at the moment, I'd put in slight disadvantage. Falco, Fox, I think, is even. Pretty back and forth matchup. Whoever gets momentum kind of just runs away with it. Falco does have the advantage of being able to edge guard, but Fox has, I would say, a better time in neutral. Ganon, honestly, I would say it's disadvantage, just because he gets a hit.
Or you mean advantage?
Advantage for Falco, yeah. Gets a hit. Falco gets a hit. There's not really much you can do about it. Gets edge guarded. Yeah. I don't know though. I could see this going down to slight advantage, but at the moment I'm gonna put it there. Let's see. Duck Hunt, I think, is even. It's kind of an annoying to match up to play. You have to play very slow. Well, it's annoying for me. It's because I hate playing slow, but definitely not that bad. Dr. Mario, I think, is in Falco's favor. It's kind of similar to...
Where's Louis Money? Let him know.
Oh, he hates this matchup. He hates Falco in general. But it's kind of similar to Falco Mario, except you're lacking in the mobility department, and offstage is even worse. Luigi Falco, I think it's like a hard even, because I feel like it's in order for this to be an even matchup, you have to be it's more technically demanding for Falco, if that makes any sense, because you have a lot of combos that work on Luigi, but if you're off, you just get fucked over. But you shouldn't be missing it if you're playing well. Incineroar, I think Falco slightly wins. The Lynx, so I feel like Falco beats all the Lynx, like slightly. Let me try to explain. So he kind of just nullifies all the projectiles. Like he like for Young Link, Flex, Fire Arrows, Boomerang just doesn't work. Once they're off stage, Falco's fair is so big that it'll always get them. Like they can't recover low. They have to
Even
go high.
before the sword? Even with a B coming out?
Yeah, it'll hit them.
Damn.
He could just spare the recovery. Joker, I think Falco slightly loses. No, I will say that combo wise, it's not that bad. Or neutral wise is what I was trying to say. Neutral wise, it's not that bad as long as he doesn't have Arson. Once he has Arson, scary as fuck.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Falco Wolf, I think, is even. If I were to push into any character's advantage, I would say it'd be Wolf, but I don't think it's that big. Or like it's not that big of an advantage for me to like move it to slight advantage or slight disadvantage. Kirby, I think Falco slightly wins. Say the same for Puff. Ken, I'll put at even. Ken and Ryu, I'll put at even. Before, I felt like Falco might have potentially won, but now that they got buffed.
Left, down, down.
Oh, I see. But now that now that they that they
Yeah, buffed.
yeah, he got buffed. It's really difficult to say.
What about Palu?
Palu, I think, is either even or he slightly loses.
Yeah, so you're saying I suck? You're an asshole. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, dude. Neutral's hard. I would say it's slight disadvantage, honestly.
What about Zero Suit?
Zero Suit, I think, is even.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd say so too, actually. Because we're both fast in the air, and your combo game's just really annoying on Zero Suit, but then, like, I can just Edgeguard you kind of like Fox. Lucina, though? Or Lucina?
Lucina?
What are your thoughts on Lucina?
I haven't, if I'm being honest, I haven't played this matchup enough to have an accurate opinion, but I would say it's probably slight disadvantage or even, but for now I'll put it slight disadvantage, and then I'll just put it here. I'll put this here. This is kind of me. This is like a cop-out answer. I'm sorry, guys. Because, you know, how everyone says Marth is worse, so
He is.
theoretically
He
this
is.
should be easier. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's terrible. Like I could see this moving to even, and then maybe it's moving to advantage. Shulk, Falco loses. There's not really much else to say. Shulk beats all the Spaceys.
Really?
He beats all the Spaceys.
Interesting.
The only one that Shulk may not beat is like Wolf, and that's like even. But he definitely beats them. Olimar, I'll put it even. Falco might win, honestly, because of the nerfs.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Well, Snake. So I think Falco slightly loses to Snake. Very slightly. Pokemon Trainer, I think, is even. So, this is just my opinion on Pokemon Trainer. I feel like for most characters, the matchup is dependent on how well you can fare against Squirtle. And I think Falco does very, very well versus Squirtle. My stick sensitivities on high, pretty much what it does is it gives you like an extra frame to input smash attacks. So it's better if you have tilt stick, you probably want your sensitivity to be on high, and if you have smash stick, you want your sensitivity to be on low.
What about Meta Knight, since Scott's here?
Meta Knight, I think Falco probably beats slightly. I feel like, so this is why I think this. So I think one of Meta Knight's biggest strengths, aside from his ladder combos, is being able to edge guard, and Falco's recovery. I think Meta Knight can edge guard, but I think it's more of a guess rather than him reacting. If Falco bodies Meta Knight, I don't think it's that bad. But so I think that it's one of those things where once Meta Knight gets Falco in a disadvantage, he can get the edge guard, but it's so much of a guess because his area mobility is just not good enough for him to actually catch him. I think for Fox it's easier for him because of that, but otherwise, yeah, I'd say that it's kind of hard. On stage, I don't think it's that bad for Meta Knight. I just think you have to whiff punish a lot. Greninja Falco, haven't played it that much, but I feel like it's even. Like, the way Greninja is as a character, it's very good for Falco because it allows him to pressure him because Greninja's out of shield options aren't very strong. So he has that going for him, and
You just cross him up willy nilly, and you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to worry about anything.
yeah, like being able to pressure Greninja, I think is really really good. Because like if you let Greninja get anything started, it's really hard for you to like do much about it.
Yeah,
But-
his arrows are just slow out of shield.
Yeah,
Like you hit his shield like in front of you, what's he really gonna do?
yeah. But because you can kind of contest him with good hitboxes and stuff like that, it can be really annoying for Greninja to actually just consistently get anything started. Fox's hitboxes can stuff out Greninja pretty well. And combo wise, it's not that bad. Like you get some pretty good combos on Greninja, and then his up B should be fairly. It shouldn't be that difficult to edge guard with fair. So I don't know. Ice climbers, I honestly don't know. I personally would just put them put them at even, but I don't really know. If I'm being honest, I'm just gonna put this here, just so no one gets mad at me. Rob Falco, I think, is even. I think Falco kind of bops Rob on stage, but then off stage, I feel like it's pretty. Well, yeah, Falco does well versus Rob off stage as well, but I think Rob just kills incredibly early. That's kind of what gives Rob the advantage. Let's see, Sheik. I feel like Falco slightly beats. Maybe it's even. Let me think about this. Yeah, I'll play it even, because Sheik edge guard's pretty strong. I think Falco slightly beats Ridley. Kind of the same reason he beats like the like DK, except like not as severe. I think Falco slightly beats Simon and Richter, even though Nitro destroyed me last time we played. It actually was not close. Let's see. Ness Falco, I feel like, is even. It's like a hard even.
Well, Robin.
I'd say Falco slightly beats Robin. It's kind of so. I feel like if you're slower than Falco, you're already at a disadvantage because that's kind of like.
That's funny.
Yeah. You struggle against Sheik, guess you're trash. I mean, being it just means you may not know the matchup very well. I'm really good at the matchup because it's still pretty similar to Smash 4.
I think Falco bodies Yoshi. I hear like Falcos all the time say like if they play another Space Enemy, like I'm going Falco for Yoshi just because up tilt just fucks him up, literally.
Kinda. So.
And doesn't Fair break the armor too because it's a multi hit?
Only the last hit breaks it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd say Falco beats Yoshi. Honestly, I would say it's even. Because Yoshi can jump out of your combos. He can jump out of your combos. He still has some pretty some nasty combos himself. You're slow and Yoshi's fast, so it's kind of hard to catch him sometimes. Even though you can like pin him down. I think I'd put it at even. Piranha Plant. I've never really played it. I feel like just thinking about it, Falco would win slightly, but just kind of take this with a grain of salt. DDD Falco. I think Falco slightly wins. I feel like out of all the heavies, DK does by far the worst versus Falco. It's actually sad. Falco Game & Watch. I don't know. Falco might lose a Game and Watch. Let me think about this. I'll put it even. Falco Mewtwo. Falco slightly wins. Poor Mewtwo. Kind of just got.
Poor Mewtwo.
Poor Mewtwo.
Yeah, this time.
I think Falco slightly beats Little Mac.
It's Mac.
Throw him off stage.
It's Mac. It's Mac.
Okay, so the sad thing about this is that typically, if you know how to DI Falco's back throw, it's useless, like killing wise. But versus Little Mac, same with Belmonts. Versus Little Mac and the Belmonts, regardless of how they DI it, at a certain percent they should just die.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
Yeah. Game Watch is kind of busted. I agree. Game Watch is really underlooked. I play K roll at advantage. Kind of hard for him to do much either. Like kind of hard for him to do much versus Falcon once he gets hit. Pac-Man.
The Pac.
I'd probably put it even. So Zelda. I feel like Falco should slightly win. Maybe it's even. I think I'd lean more towards advantage for Falco though. Villager and Isabel. I think Falco slightly wins. Ike might beat Falco. The matchup kind of feels hard.
Ike?
Yeah.
Slight disadvantage. He's just gonna mash Nair.
It's actually Falco actually has a difficult time doing with Nair because he's not really quick enough to like get there and punish it.
Somebody did no Tekka.
But at the same time, I'll play it even because at the same time you can edge guard him pretty well. Cario I think is even.
Blue.
Roy I think is even. Wario. Surprisingly, I could see Falco beating Wario.
Why is that?
Because Wario, like the way Wario wants to get in is jump-ins, and Falco is really good at beating jump-ins. But I'd probably put it even. Wow, Bob's like, nah, man. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't know enough about the matchup to say for sure, but it definitely feels like Falco could beat Wario. Sonic, I think Falco wins. He kind of can annoy. He could annoy Sonic, which is like
That's a huge thing.
That's like actually impressive. That a character could annoy Sonic.
Because of what? Because of just
He get a laser spin dash.
Laser. Yeah,
constantly.
that's what I'm saying.
And then his laser has very little cooldown. Let's see. Wii Fit Trainer. I think Falco slightly beats Wii Fit Trainer.
That sounds like a weird ass matchup.
It does.
Lie.
So.
That's one test.
Okay. So for Wii Fit Trainer, it's what was I gonna say? Because of like how her body is, easy to poke, really difficult for her to shield grab Falco stuff because it's low profile. Like if you just fair, like a lot of the matchups where he does well, fair just kind of just carries. It really does. Am I missing anyone? Lucas, I'd say. I'll put it even. Mega Man. Reflector doesn't really do much versus pellets. I think he loses Mega Man. feel like it's just really hard. It would be hard for him to get in, and then Mega Man can't just stop him.
He does have the little swords. With back air fair.
Yeah. But still. Like, I think Falco does well once he hits him, but then the problem is, how do you get in on Mega Man? He just runs away.
Rosa?
Rosa, I think is even. The Mii's. Okay, so I think he beats Mii Gunner. I feel like he just slightly beats all the Mii's. Because the recoveries aren't really anything crazy. Like they do have some like interesting stuff, but I would put them all in slight advantage.
Wow, Falco's got a lot of winning matchups. A lot of winning matchups there.
I'm just thinking if there's any I would change that I like something I overlooked matchup wise. Falco loses the Ivysaur. I'm not putting the entire. I don't like putting like individual Pokemon because I feel like he just goes even with the character. So what's the point of putting the Pokemon he loses to? Like I think he does really well versus Squirtle, and then Ivysaur he might lose to. I don't know. He might lose Ivysaur because of the range. Let's see. Actually, I think I might move Game & Watch Falco to losing. Thinking about it more. I think that's all I would change for the most part. I think overall, I can't really see these changing that much. Like I could see maybe them going down or up one spot, but I don't think any of these spots would jump like very significantly. Oh wait, hold on, let me see what Zarkram says. Laser is the only way of knowing Sonic without approaching. I mean that's true, but at the same time, Fair does a really good job of just annoying Sonic because he can't punish it if you space it. Because Sonic doesn't have quick enough out of shield options to punish it. I mean, I feel like it's easy to poke Sonic's shield. I could see it maybe going to even. Funny enough, I feel like Sonic does better versus Wolf than he does Falco. That's just my opinion.
Interesting.
Fair does annoy a lot of characters, but Fair there's some characters that can actually punish Fair like more consistently than others, and I don't think Sonic has the tools to punish it consistently aside from shield grabbing it. Falcocorn is even.
Hashtag Larry opinions.
I mean, it could be even, but at the moment, I just feel like the reason I have it at advantage is on stage. I feel like it's not that bad for Falco, combo wise, Falco just has stupid combos on Corn because she's just the right weight and size, so she gets combo pretty hard, and then off stage you just fair her. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna play now because Jump said he's been here this entire time. We have not played.